Ladies and gentlemen, what does the word massive trove mean? Okay, so the blockbuster correspondence, which flies in the face of the former vice president's claim that he never spoke to my son about his overseas business dealings, is contained in a massive trove of data recovered from a laptop computer. What does massive trove mean? Are you talking hundreds? Probably. You're talking thousands. Dear son of former vice president, thank you for inviting me to D.C., okay? And giving an opportunity to meet your father and spend some time together. This does not happen in Washington. Want to know why? Because everyone's father isn't the former vice president, isn't President Obama's vice president. So you had a situation. Okay, Botox B is done. Madam Secretary is just waiting. The only chance they have in this election is for Clinton to suddenly save them, and you'll see. Either way, I have been saying for 8 years, President Trump is going to go, for 4 years, President Trump's going to go 8 years. That's the most important part of the H.A. Goodman prophecy. I'm joking. But my prediction in 2015 came true. I said Clinton would lose swing states. She did. I was talking about swing states in 2015. Then they just focused endlessly on Russian interference because they lost swing states, which never happened. Not one person can name a Facebook ad that swung votes. I would love to hear how Facebook ads swung votes. Not one person can name a Facebook ad or a Twitter bot or can explain how many votes were altered because the DNC cheated Bernie Sanders and people found out via their own writing and emails. But this is from the New York Post article. What does a treasure trove mean? Okay. Why am I harping on that phrase? There are more emails to come every single day. This is 2016 all over again, except you have the New York Post. And you have Hunter Biden, who apparently gave his laptop to a repair shop in Delaware. Just take the laptop. I do a pretty good Hunter Biden on my live streams. But you gotta imagine he was just, had a long night. And he's just called up a friend. It's like, Billy, come over. I know it's 3 a.m. I don't care. Just take my laptop to Jamie's laptop repair on the corner of Wilmington and 1st Street. If you have work tomorrow, go before work. I don't even care what you... So I do it better on my live streams, but... You have to ask yourself, you combine the photos of this man, and again, I don't have anything against him. He probably had, whatever. I don't have anything against him, but what I do have, what I don't like is a compromised family or individuals who are compromised, like to the point where you are on a board of directors because your father's the vice president, and you are giving access to the vice president, and that possibly, easily could influence foreign policy because we now know that there are links between his son and, brokering meetings with the former vice president. We know that exists now because of these emails, which are pristine, apparently. You don't see Botox B denying them. But the whole thing, if the FBI had simply given this laptop, because they had it in December, President Trump wouldn't have been impeached, because he would have had all the information he needed to justify, we already had the information to justify asking Zelensky to investigate Biden, which should have happened, which is already happening in Ukraine, and it's been happening for a long time. Not because Trump asked, because it is an actual issue, a scandalous, corrupt story. And now we have emails proving that there is a business or a financial arrangement where access is. So they don't stuff the former vice president's pockets. They don't stuff the golden moo full of money. They don't stuff Bubba Bill's pockets full of money. They do so with foundations, and they do so with, in this case, with Hunter. Okay, Trump was already rich, so there's not a scandal that you can even compare with. President Trump is the cleanest, scandal-free president we've ever had. All of these, every single story about Trump, stormy, taxes, impeachment, Trump-Russia collusion, they fabricated. They either had a dossier or they had a person who had a failed taxi business that turned on Trump, and so nothing ever panned out. They spent 3 years trying to say he worked with Russia. Nothing panned out. They have nothing. They have nothing on him. And people who are just casual observers say he's the most corrupt president in history. The media, the apoplectic media reaction, where they use Steele dossiers and they use an ellipsis within a phone conversation where even President Zelensky said, yeah, I wasn't leveraged. And he could have told me whatever he wanted to tell me. I decided on my own. And he didn't withhold military assistance. We got the military assistance. And the only reason it was withheld for a certain time period is to review that people within that government got, the correct people within the government got access to the funding or the money. But again, this is all, if they're going after Trump, if they went after Trump because of that, why didn't they go after Biden for saying you're not going to get $1 billion in loan guarantees until this man is fired? And now we find out from these emails that there was actually a business or an understanding based on transactions, based on monetary transactions. So he's getting paid a lot of money. And then one of the emails says, oh, yeah, how can we best influence our relationship? Something along those lines. The thing is, that campaign is done. It is done. Now imagine 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 more days. We only have 15 or 16 days left. You can't possibly continue. You can't possibly continue if there's a treasure trove of information and every day media is inundated with trying to suppress a story. They would be better off, CNN, MSNBC, The Washington Post, The New York Times, in addressing the New York Post's story head on. They would be better off. Instead, they're pretending it like it doesn't exist, and it's only growing into mythical status. This is going to become we're seeing the same things that took place. But see, they can't blame Russia now because it's a computer repair store. So they're actually trying some way to say, well, this is part of a Russian disinformation campaign. They can't do it. They simply can't do it. They simply cannot do it. Which is really hilarious because nobody's buying it. This is the second day in a row, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, that they've talked about new emails. There's a treasure trove or a trove of, let's see, a massive trove. Blockbuster correspondence, which flies in the face of Biden's claims he has never spoken, is contained within a massive trove of data recovered from a laptop, where he just apparently just gave this computer to how this happened, I don't know, but somehow or sometime years back or a while back, last year or so, they obtained the laptop from a gentleman in Delaware who was given this because they wanted to, because the laptop wasn't working. Who knows? Democrats are horrible with cybersecurity. My God almighty. From private servers with top secret intel to every single possible server system hacked by Russia, apparently, which that they're confident about, not certain, to this now. I mean, their own writing does them in. And now they're like, well, you know what? This is, it doesn't make any sense. Like, well, are the emails accurate? If they're accurate, President Trump wins the presidency, like I've been saying forever. And the only thing that saves Democrats is Madam Secretary stepping in last second, which is what I've been saying forever. Either way, President Trump's going to win. Clinton's going to replace Biden. You watch. He's not going to be able to rebound from this. And it's only going to get worse. It's only going to get worse. Give me your thoughts below. What does massive Trove mean to you? It should mean the end of Biden's campaign. They're done. Give me your thoughts. Be here on this channel 1 p.m. Pacific every day, 9 p.m. Pacific, and subscribe to H.A. Goodman's other channel. If you want to support my voice long term, my Patreon is below. It's heating up, people.